Hi. Before I begin, I want to address something quickly. You'll notice that I'm using a memoji video instead of revealing my real face. This is how I've done my videos in the past, and this is how I'm going to continue doing my videos in the future. The reason is simple: privacy and consistency. Please don't mistake this animated face to be a joke or something goofy. The message I'm sharing today is serious, heartfelt, and backed by real evidence. So I ask you to listen with an open mind and focus on my words, not the avatar. Lately, we've been seeing anti immigration protests in Australia and Canada. The signs, the chants, the anger, it's painful to watch. Because when people point fingers at immigrants, they're not just shouting slogans, they're shouting at families, students, children, workers, and neighbors who came here with a hope. I'd like to say that we are not villains in this story. Immigrants are not the problem. And in this video, I want to show you why. The facts, backed by evidence, and with honesty. Even about our own mistakes. This isn't about defending blindly, this is about the truth. And the truth is simple. Not immigrants, but the broken policies are to be blamed. Let's start with the main accusations people often make. They say, immigrants bring crime, immigrants are causing housing crisis, immigrants are stealing jobs, immigrants change the culture. These are the four main points that are often brought up. And now, let's break down the reality behind these. Immigrants commit more crimes. Well, guess what? You're wrong. The numbers prove the opposite. Immigrants are actually less likely to commit crime than the citizens. In Canada, a 35-year study across major cities has found that higher immigration populations are linked to lower crime rates. Another study found that a 10% increase in immigrants has led to a 2 to 3% drop in property crime. StatsCan also confirms that immigrant incarceration rates are consistently lower than the native born Canadians. The Australian Institute of Criminology reports foreign born people are underrepresented in prisons compared to their share of the population. A 2019 national study found that immigration has no measurable impact on crime rates. And Indians? Despite being visible and often scapegoated, there is no evidence linking Indians to higher crimes. Most Indian immigrants are students, IT professionals, healthcare professionals, and business owners. Hardly the profile of any criminal. Immigrants caused the housing crisis. No, they didn't. They're just living in it like everybody else. Canada needs 3.5 million new homes by 2030. The real problem is zoning laws, investor speculation, and slow construction. In Australia, Sydney's West sees 100 plus new residents weekly, but the supply lags. The Housing Industry Association says there is a 650,000 home shortfall. Immigrants steal jobs. Not true. They don't steal jobs. They fill the jobs that nobody else can do. In Canada, immigrants pay more in taxes than they take in benefits. In Australia, skill migration fuels productivity and fills urgent labor shortages in healthcare, construction, and IT. Indians especially keep hospitals, tech firms, and small businesses running. Immigrants erase local culture. Erase? No, they expand culture, adding layers that make life richer. Both Canada and Australia were built on immigration. From Indian Diwali to Caribbean carnivals, immigrants add food, festivals, music, and tradition that now define national identity. And now, I want to pause and talk to my fellow Indians abroad. Because while it's unfair to scapegoat us for everything, we also have to be honest. Sometimes we do things that upset locals. Even small habits can fuel negative stereotypes. Some common complaints that I've heard: being too loud in shared apartments or leaving trash, overcrowding rentals with too many people, reckless driving or ignoring traffic rules, cutting in line or not respecting local etiquette, sticking only with our own groups instead of engaging with the locals. And let me be clear, these don't represent all Indians, but even a few bad experiences can tarnish our image. Please be mindful that you are not just representing yourself, but you're representing our country. So, my request is simple: respect the rules, be considerate, integrate, and please stay humble. We should be proud of being Indian abroad, but let's make sure our actions reflect the best of who we are.